Hi, I'm Sabrina Brown, founder and CEO of Girlfriends Tea, where we offer magnificent luxury tea with your enjoyment in mind. Girlfriends Tea ranks within the top 5% globally of luxury teas. You can visit us at girlfriendstea.com and click on Shop Now, where you receive delicious flavors such as Uniquely Golden, Unapologetically Berry, The Other Bourbon, and the ever-popular Belle of the Ball. Because ladies, we are all the belle of the ball. I invite you to try a samples pack if you're visiting for the first time so that you can try all of the flavors. Thank you for joining me for a cup of tea. Welcome to Girlfriends Tea. Co-host Tamika and I are here. I want to thank you, Hope Allen, for allowing us the opportunity to get this interview with these awesome gentlemen who are here for the Just Heal Grow Tour. Now, you've seen the information on the page. It's not too late to tell your men about it, whether it be your sons, your nephews, or your husbands, to get here and interact in a man-to-man exchange. So, Jay Barrett, you are the visionary of the Just Heal Grow Tour, and I know you're a former football athlete. So tell us, what was the vision for this project? Why did you initiate it?
The vision for this project is really to create a safe space for men to be able to share, to be able to connect, and to be able to just have open discussion. That hasn't been what we've been given the opportunity, over time to be able to express how we feel. And I think this is the best time to do it. I think is right now.
Absolutely.
COVID and so much that has happened over the past couple of years with George Floyd. So I just think this is a great opportunity for us to come together and create a very therapeutic and healing space for these men.
And especially with the focus being on mental wellness.
Yes.
I don't want to say mental illness. Mental wellness is the goal, because we can have mental illness, but the goal is mental wellness. But I'm also here with Lamman Rucker, and I know you were on All My Children and why I got married 1 and 2. So I want to know from each of you as I introduce you, but you first, Lamman. What inspired you to even get involved? What is your experience? What is your why for being in this project?
My why is just really been through the personal kind of self-discovery of having to just be obedient to the fact that I learned that I'm supposed to be a healer and a man of service, and that didn't sound sexy when I kind of realized it. Yeah. But I know my life changed, exponentially when I kind of made that discovery and leaned into it. So I've always recognized that I've always been in some leadership capacity. I've always been in some capacity of service, some capacity of saving people's lives. I mean, there's even a running joke. There's people you meet throughout my life. Let me tell you that time I'm gonna save my life. So it's a joke, but at the same time, I do really believe that in all the many ways, I believe that all of us do this. We're all at our core, educators, servants, healers, and it's just a matter of how we do that, through our different areas of expertise or talent or skill, passion, purpose, what have you. So it's really something I've been doing ever since I was a child. And I just didn't really fully understand it until it starts flushing out.
And that's what I like.
In this way.
Because each of you are bringing your gifts and talents, and you're naturally walking into this so that men see a myriad of men. Yeah. They're not identifying with just a psychotherapist or a psychoanalyst or even a counselor. But you gotta have the pros here. You gotta have the pros. That brings me to Norfolk NSU, Dr. O'Shawn Gadsden. I know that you oversee the psychological development of Black masculinity here at NSU. I want you to define that for me. The psychological development, quickly of course, of Black masculinity. I want to know what that means, because I was like, that's heavy.
That's a lot.
As he clears his throat.
For me, I think it's really about Black boys and Black men really understanding themselves at deep levels, understanding their intersectional identities, and being okay with that. But also healing from trauma, any unresolved material that impacts their capacity to navigate successful.
Thank you so much. And of course, Lawrence, I know that you're a community builder, you're a host and executive at Addison and pastor at the Nexus community. So I know you bring a wealth of your pastoral experience. So you can share with us why this prompted you to get involved.
I think for most people, you sense there's a shift happening in the world. Not only just the pandemic is happening, but I think you see brothers rising up to say, you know, it's time for us to kind of assume our place of service. And there's a unique time in history where I think people are looking for the tools because we're reshaping not only the way we work, but the way we live and interact with each other. And I think particularly for men, particularly brothers and brothers, you find very few spaces to connect with other people who understand you, but also what does it look like for me to do life now that I'm recognizing after the pandemic, maybe my relationships weren't as strong as I thought they were.
Yes.
Right. And so I think that's why I think for me this is a spiritual matter, because recognizing even if you have great relationships, people can only give you but so much.
That's
and you're
right.
gonna have to go beyond yourself. And then second, I think tactically, I think people are recognizing who are gonna be my people, who can I lean on in crisis, who can I celebrate with in celebration. And so I think this is why this is particularly important for me, because I think we all sense that this is a unique time and we have no other choice but to serve and to lead into this right now.
And I love what you said, all of you though, about, you know, who is, because men need the tribe. Men are tribal. Women too, we want our tribe. But they need to know that it's a safe space and there's a tribe, a close circle, an inner circle that will support what they're doing. So I want to know, what is the expectation, Jay, and from each of you, how you all think about, what is the expectation of this tour? This is just the beginning, but what does the final, at least the middle part look like?
I can't even put the words
Okay.
what the expectation would look like on paper, because I think it's just such it's almost like an open field that we're running in. And I think in this open field, we're going to have these great experiences, and these men are going to have these great discoveries. And these men are going to also get a chance to connect not only with us, but to connect with themselves. And I think the expectation is that they walk away with practical methods, practical skills, tools. As Dr. Oshana and myself as therapists, we don't give advice, we provide suggestions.
Right.
And so we're just a GPS, and the client is a driver, and hopefully that the information that we provide them with, they're able to drive wherever they choose to take their life. And so the expectation is for these brothers to begin their healing journey, but to feel supported on the journey, to know that they're not alone.
Yeah, you talked about that community kind of being tight and close
Yes,
knit.
the nucleus.
I actually think it's that, and it's the fact that no, we're here to remind you that this community and the support system is much bigger and broader even than we think. We don't have to know each other, but now we do. That's why we're on the road, because we coming to see you, we coming to allow ourselves to be accessible to you, and like I said, to give you everything we can, because I believe, again, everybody in some form, we're all here to help each other, serve each other, and save each other's lives. And I think it's that capacity to just reach out, extend yourself, and do that with courage, do that knowing that you're going to be vulnerable when you do it, knowing that there's no guarantee that you're going to land in a soft spot, but wherever you land, you're supported, you can get back up. We're going to do the best we can just through our lives and our areas of expertise to equip you with some tools and resources, you know, so that if and whenever you fall in the future, you know,
Yes.
you're equipped with something, you know, because a lot of people just, again, it's like you're pulling people back sometimes from the edge, you know. A lot of folks don't necessarily believe that this is worth fighting for. And you know, I think we're here to say, hey, it's not easy for any of us. Trust me, life for me ain't been no crystal state.
All right,
You understand?
I
But it's like, you know, there's a way for you to make this work. There's a way for you to still come out a champion and come out on top. And just to be a champion of your own life, of your own testimony, your own world. Not competing with anybody else.
Right.
You know, all these other relationships we talked about with other people, but the most important one is the relationship you have with yourself. You know,
Yes.
and that self-mastery is what's going to help you get through anything that comes your way, good or bad.
I love that. And in closing out, Dr. O'Shawn and Lawrence, do you feel that the fatherless, you know, agenda as far as, you know, blacks not having father black men, do you feel that that contributes to men not being able to heal?
Well, I think it can. I mean, the recent research out of Columbia says that that's actually not true.
Okay.
So I think that one of the things that we can do in this tour is to really debunk.
Okay,
myths.
debunk myths.
These narratives need to be
These
shifted.
narratives that should be shifted. And to give black men that are in the leader at these tours the opportunity to have a voice. Oftentimes black men that sit in therapy often complain of not being heard. So we hope that this is an opportunity for people to hear their narratives, to talk about what their subjectives are, and for us to go from there.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think one of the good news, particularly in our community, we're communal by our culture, and we're village, and so everybody has more than one father.
Yeah.
There's your biological, there's your heavenly, but even for those, none of us have a perfect family. Within the community, you have more fathers, you have more models. I think if anything else, they will see examples and models of here's a testimony, here's a way, and where you can self-identify, take what you wisdom you can, and there's no excuse because there are people there to give you an example about how to do that. You gotta go back to it.
I want to thank you all, Jay, Lawrence, Lamman, and O'Shawn, for this opportunity to speak with you. And I know that the men will be blessed. So again, send them in, and thank you. Thank you, NSU, and everyone involved with the Just Heal Grow Tour. Thank you.
Thank you.